Even at 40, I realized this week that I was still waiting for approval or waiting for somebody else to give me permission. And it was for something really silly because I was really exhausted and I had to battle my brain to give myself the permission to not do anything on a Saturday morning and just lay down there watching Aquaman at 8 a.m. Not very good movie, by the way, but anyway, just taking a break and not looking at my to-do list and thinking, oh, I need to do these things first before I can rest. And I was like, my brain is still waiting for me to give it permission to rest and take care of myself. And it's like I'm waiting for somebody else to tell me, oh, you should be stopping right now. And I was like, that's not what I want for my 40s. Even on my birthday, actually. On my birthday, I had planned a full day out without doing anything. And my brain was still trying to think, oh, there is this email you need to answer. And there is this job interview tomorrow, you have to prepare. And I was like, brain, let's not do this anymore. Let's just, no need to fight against yourself. No need to like wait for something to happen to actually be able to do that. And I realize this is, like something that probably happens to you as well. Maybe you realize sometimes you don't give yourself permission. Sometimes you are just like waiting for the right, circumstances, or you are, just checking what other people are thinking about this, and you're not giving yourself permission to do things that actually makes absolute sense to you. And this is what I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to just challenge you a little bit to give yourself permission to stop operating from rules that maybe you don't even realize you have for yourself, that are preventing you to do these things naturally, that can help you live your best life. And I really want to get to the point myself, and hopefully for you as well, to the point where I'm thinking, okay, of course I'm allowed to do that. Of course I can do this without asking permission. If my brain is challenging me, it's like, oh no, 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 brain. We're just doing this. This is happening. I want to reach this level because I feel this is where I can also live my best life and live in a way that feels really aligned and makes me joyful. So yeah, there are three things for me that I want to commit to give myself permission without having to think about anybody else. And so I'm going to say them out loud just for commitment, but I also want to hear yours in the comment. If there is something you want to give yourself permission for, just put it out there as a declaration, as a powerful statement that you are going to stick to that. And the first one, I want to give myself permission to rest. I feel my brain somehow is still waiting for me to earn it, or for me to reach a certain level of exhaustion before I rest. It's always like, just finish the work, you have your to-do list, you have these things going on. And I feel I don't need that anymore. I don't need to be productive to allow myself to rest. I don't need to always be doing something. Just because I have a nervous system, I should allow myself to rest. And particularly because I have a nervous system that is neurodivergent, I have also some needs there. And it's, for me, it's like, brain, we are going to rest no matter what. It's Saturday morning, we can do this. It's your birthday, of course you should not be doing anything. Of course that should be a full day with zero commitment and zero thinking about anybody else than yourself. You have the right to. So this is the first thing, permission to rest without challenging it, without overthinking it, without just, like, if I'm tired, I'm doing that. I'm taking a break and that's it. And there is no pushing through. There is no, let me do these things first. It's like, no, 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 no. Just like nothing. Chill. Be feminine and in absolute presence, in absolute peace. And that's where you're going to be the best. Permission as well for me to be bad at something and to really just struggle and make things dirty and like not be satisfied with what I'm doing. For instance, I've done plenty of videos on YouTube I'm not really happy with. I think today is going to be one I'm not necessarily happy with either. I feel I'm a little bit scrambling. But anyway, it's just the act of doing this. It's just giving myself a chance to have a voice. It's just in itself, it's a gift. So permission to do this, permission to not judge what I'm doing out of it. Unfortunately, videos that are not very good are usually the one performing the most. Like when I'm like, oh my God, I look so tired, I had the wrong energy. And then I see the analytics of YouTube saying, hey, this video performed well. And I'm like, no, but okay, okay, let's do this. Same thing this morning, I had an interview and I don't feel that I was really giving my best. The interviewer was late as well. It was a little bit like messy and I did not feel that I was really, really convincing in what I was saying, but I still managed to go to the next round of interviews. So, like it's like permission to be bad and maybe like scramble and just like, just express yourself the way you have to and see what happens in there, and maybe you get a surprise, maybe something really works. So yeah, it's just like having giving myself permission to do things with maybe not less standard, but less expectations, or not expecting perfection every time, particularly when I'm doing things multiple times in a row and it's a kind of like learning process or repetition that you have to put the reps. Just having this permission of, okay, let's put it out there, let's see what happens, let's show up on interview and roll with it, and let's see what comes out of it, and just maybe give myself permission to have a little bit more like flexibility and just enjoy things differently with a bit more improvisation to see what happens. And then the last permission I want to give myself is to take space. This is something I have done a lot recently. I had to really say no a lot of times, set boundaries, push back on people who were really aggressive with me, asking for help as well, because in some cases I could not deal with it on my own, and I have to really go out there and say, hey, this is happening. I've tried already, but I need somebody to step in who has the power to do something about it. Fighting for my rights, fighting for myself, and even just giving myself the space to be visible, like, talking on YouTube every single day. It's me taking space and saying, hey world, I exist. I have things to say. Maybe you don't want to listen, maybe you want to listen, I don't know. But at least I'm putting myself in a place where I can be seen and I can be heard, and I can yeah, get what I need, get what I want, or just enjoy life in a different way. So this is for me as well, a permission slip I'm giving myself. It's a bit harder, I would say, to keep this one up and to convince my brain that, okay, this is what we are doing now. We are for the 40s, we are like fearless. We are just like super explicit, super assertive. This is a new version of you that you've been trained recently with a lot of difficult situations. Now you have the skills. Now it's just who you're going to be, and give yourself permission to be that and see what happens out there. And yeah, this is what I wanted to share with you today. I would love for you to be in this space as well, the same space that I'm trying to enter right now, where you really think, oh yes, I'm allowed to do this. Oh yeah, of course, we are just doing that. Of course, I give myself permission to try this, and to show up differently, or to ask for what I need. Whatever it is for you that you really, really want to say, hey, this is permission slip, and I'm giving it to myself. I'm not expecting the world to give it to me. I'm not expecting for the right circumstances to happen. It's just, this is how I work in the world right now. I have my permission slip, and if somebody says something, I'm gonna show it. I have it. It's available. So yeah, I wish for you to also get to this point and to have this energy around it, and just believe that you can afford that. And frankly, I feel that's the best freedom possible. If when you are able to operate from your own system and able to give yourself these permissions, I feel it's a different way to work in the world. It's a different way to interact with human beings, and frankly, to get better human beings in your life as well, I believe. So yeah, tell me in the comments, what are you giving yourself permission to do? For me, it's going to be to rest, take more space, and to be bad at things, and do some more real videos on YouTube in the next few days. So yeah, and if you don't know me, my name is Chloe, and I'm doing this daily video challenge, to just think through my life, think what is helpful for other people to hear in terms of like systems, mindset, lifestyle, anything that is helpful to have your best life, and to really, yeah, just reinvent yourself, and be who you want to be, and just have some personal freedom that you can really enjoy. So if you want to follow that and get some inspiration every single day, or maybe not inspiration if the video is really bad, but you tell me, you can sign up to the channel down below, and I see you tomorrow for another video.